How's it going, everyone? This is Breezy. Today we're going to go over a how-to on sexing a tarantula's exoskeleton after they molt. This is a good little bit of knowledge to have. It's always good to know what gender your spider is, regardless of whether or not you're a collector or you just have one hanging around. It's always good to have, just because there's so many things about the way you keep a spider according to what sex it is, and it's often hard to tell what they are in the juvenile stage without actually sexing their molt. You can look at it. I know there's some people that know how to read their vents and stuff like that. I don't trust that. This is show part of New Zealand, it's surefire way. So in here I have just a couple that I've done, and then one that I haven't done, which is this one right here. That is my Davus Panaloris, which is a little too little to really get anything out of, I think. The abdomen's pretty well shrunken down. I don't know if I'll be able to get a molt out of that one, so I'm just leaving that for now. But on top I have my Mexican red knee, my Brachypelma hamori, and then below that I have my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. The hamori is a verified female. I'll see if I can give you guys a look of what we're trying to find here. So I got a tripod now, so hopefully this helps out. So what we're looking for is this little tiny flap right about here. So that, to my knowledge, is where the male deposits the sperm at. So that's how you tell if it's a female or not. Males shouldn't have one. It can be a flap, it can be like a small little pouch. It's just that little bit of skin there. That's how you verify female. Underneath I have a male, but I don't want to move them around too much right now. They're very delicate once they dry back out. So we'll just go into the process. So first we'll go over the tools. So put this out of the way. So these are the things you might want to have. I have my own personal little flashlight here. It's a nice bright little military light that I use. It changes colors too, so if I need to like check my spiders, I can flip it over and give me a nice blue, something non-intrusive, green, red. It's good to have with spiders just so that if you want to take a look at them as darker, you don't disturb them too much. So I have this hanging around. Go ahead and put that back on white. I have a plain white marble coaster that I like to use. It's usually about the size of the spider. I'll spread out right there and I can see nice and clear what it is, nice hard surface. And then the skins don't tend to stick to it, so that when they dry off I can pull them off. I plan to put them, like mount them on a wall or something really cool looking. Next I have these little sort of prong things. They come with like it's a meat cooking thing. It's to hold little ingredients on the meat when you cook them. These are called turkey lacers. You can real cheap, like $1 for 10 of them. These are great to use. I've used knives as well. I've also used safety pins, stuff like that. Just whatever has a nice little sharp tip so you can move stuff around. And it's good to have a magnifying glass if you really need it. Don't think I'll be using it because I think it's kind of hard. Oh, it actually shows it pretty well on the camera. But anyways, we'll move on. So I'm going to move this camera up a little bit. Okay. So here we have our molt that has been soaking in warm water with just a pinch of dish soap on it. It takes about 15 minutes, so I decided to start it so you guys aren't sitting here listening to me jabber on about absolutely nothing, because that's not very entertaining. So I like to put the lid off my little container that I keep the molten in there just to make sure it's nice and uniform how it's soaked. So this one should be about good. So what you're looking for is the ability to move the limbs. You can check that. So this one moves pretty freely. So that's good. And then you don't want to be too rough on it, but you also have the abdomen here. So I keep saying it's the abdomen. I think it's called the cephalothorax or something like that. It's got a much more complicated science name, but out of the fact that I don't even know off the top of my head, and people watch this probably don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just going to keep calling it the abdomen just for the sake of this video. But I'm wrong. I want to know you guys to know that I'm not correct in calling it that, but that's what we'll call it in this video. So see how it just kind of, see if I can focus this video here. Just moves around real freely, and this just has a pinch of dish soap in it just to soften it up a little. Okay, so once it gets nice and soaked, like I said, this has been here for 15 minutes. Reach in nice and gently. Get the carapace here. Okay, pull that out of the way. Take my coaster and very gently transfer it onto the coaster, trying not to damage this bit of skin right here. That's the most important part to this whole process. There we go. Alright, move this over, bring the camera back down. Here we go. Alright, So it looks like kind of a mess, but this is it's a good start. So what I like to do is I like to spread it out so that it actually looks like the spider all spread out, not only for the sake that I like to keep it afterwards when they dry out, but also it just makes it easier. So flip it. And now here's the trickiest part, is very carefully pulling this little mess apart, trying to find the abdomen. So we know where the abdomen's at, so it's a good thing it's not all wrapped around the carapace. Being very careful, very small movements. Over here. So it's missing a couple legs that got caught in the webbing inside her log where she shed it at, and I was trying to pull it out and get all of them, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But the important part to keep is this right here, this section right here. You don't really need this. A lot of people separate it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. See if I can pull this guy off here. No reason to keep it. It just gets in the way. There we go. So, keep spreading these out nice and natural looking. My hands are naturally shaky, so I apologize for that. Hopefully this video comes out a little better now that I got a tripod. And I flipped the way the camera is filming. So, I'm getting better every time, so thank you for your guys' feedback. I really do appreciate it. I'm taking it all to heart and doing what I can. Trying to make these as informative and entertaining, if you can even call them that. Just nice, comfy spider videos. That's the way I like to view spiders, not anything intense. Just comfy, cozy critters. Okay. So we got the legs all spread out about as good as I can. I'm missing the set over here. But what can you do? Alright. Now, here's the really tricky part. Is out of this whole mess here is separating all of it. So I usually start it in and kind of pull it and see what we got going on. You gotta be careful how long you soak it, because the dish soap is to make it softer and more easy to deal with, but at the same time it'll eat away at it and eventually you won't have anything to work with here. I kind of made the mistake with my chromatopelma. Luckily I had enough there to figure it out. So you just gently, you can start here where this little V starts right here. Very gently begin pulling it apart. Oh, and of course I do that. I'm trying to work behind the camera here, so if I fuck up, please forgive me. Very slowly. So you got the first set of vents right here, and it looks like you have the second set for the book longs, I believe. Very slowly, very carefully. I guess I could talk about some other stuff while we're doing this, because it'll take a few minutes. So this spider, this Hamori, took a real chance on her. When I bought her from the local exotic store from this guy who just had no idea what he was doing. If you're in the central New York area, stay away from Axe Exotics, and I think it's in Cicero. Guy just has no idea what he's doing, has no regards for the spiders, and if you guys see my videos, don't buy from him, and hopefully people will quit buying from him so he doesn't buy anymore and end up killing him. He had a beautiful Theraphosa blondia there that I was really wanting to save, but I just don't have enough experience with spiders like that. I don't want to get something I'd be in over my head with, which I've heard they're not bad, but I don't want to put myself in that position. Alright, so here we go. We're getting close to what we need right here. Go ahead and separate this just for giggles, just so you guys get the idea of how soft, delicate you got to be with this. Like, you really, really got to take your time, go nice and slow, nice and calm. Spiders are always just a relaxing thing. You got to be ready for, like, having spiders kind of funny things, like, just always be ready for everything to go fucking wrong, but take it slow and relaxing. Okay, so it looks like we may have enough here figured out. So this is supposed to be a suspect female, Grammostola rosea. So we're going to find out. So now I take my light, pop, try to shine it on there. And I'm looking in this area right here. I don't know if I'm getting a good enough view on it. In a second I'll turn the light off and see if that helps your guys' view. Alright, so I found what I'm looking for, and it's good news. So, right here, maybe you guys can see it. I wonder, I guess it's too late to turn the light on the camera. See if I can do this for you guys. I'm going to move this light around. See if I can get the best I can without blinding you guys this thing. Yeah, that might work. Okay. So right here, there's this little flap. Kind of see it? You see the little opening right there? So if I pull it down, that right there, that, my friends, is a female. without a shadow of a doubt. So you're looking for this little thing in between the ears. I've heard people call it the bunny ears, where you have the two book lung vents, and then you have book lungs. I think they're book lungs. Not positive. And then right here you have that little flap I was talking about. This is where the female receives the sperm from the male, if that's what we call it. And I apologize for any being anatomically correct about my spiders. I'm still learning. I got a book. I've been reading about them. And I got a lot going on, but I'm trying. But this is 100% a definite female. So it's a pretty simple process. It's just all about taking it very slow and very calm. And just knowing what you're looking for. And this turned out pretty well. So I'm going to move this off to the side. Let that dry out for the next few days. So like I said, you're going to get this in the beginning. Very carefully try to pull it out of here. And let's see what I can do with this. I don't want to break it apart. So this right here is what it looks like after the spider sheds. See if I can get it focused. Bop. Good enough. Just this kind of mess. You can see the abdomen there is all wrapped up in dirt and stuff. I don't think I'm going to get a sex out of it. I really don't want to mess with it anyways. It's too tiny. But this one over here, definitely female. You're looking for that right there. This little pouch or slit right there. That's a female. So there we go. That is how to molt how to sex a molt. If you guys have any questions, if you're on the Discord, please ask me. Any feedback, I am more than happy to hear it. I'm already making changes to how I'm doing this. I went out and bought a tripod. I was playing with my camera on my phone, and I figured out how to make it look better and work better. So I'm taking in every guys are giving me, and I appreciate it. And any criticism, constructive or otherwise, just let me know. I can handle it. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope this helps you out. All right, and I am out.